Brimwood Farm as we are heading towards spring and it is a beautiful day, but it is about time for a livestock update. Well, even though it's only February, it's super mild today. It's about 15 degrees centigrade, which for this time of year is crazy. Now, the past 2 weeks here have been manic because I've been lambing. And it's a very exciting, thrilling, but also a nervous and scary time. Unfortunately, I can't show you any of the footage on this channel because it's my work channel. But if you go on to Facebook and look at We Are Barleylands, there are tons of videos on that page. And also Instagram, look up Barleylands Farm Park. And again, you'll spot my ugly mug in some of the videos and you can see what I've been up to with the lambing. But as it's a nice day, I thought let's go round Brimwood Farm, the little urban farm, and let's look at all the livestock and I can catch you up with what's happened over winter. So first up, and right next to the house, we have our double hutch. I'm actually going to get another one. Growing along here hasn't been a massive success, so I'm going to get another hutch and put it there so we can just expand our quailies. But in the top we've got our lovely Ralph. And Ralph had a very fun time a couple of weeks ago because I brought home from work 2 ladies. So I brought home Daisy and Pickle for 3 days, and he had a very nice time being a boy and having 2 girls. So we'll be having little kits on the farm at Easter. So Ralph got to have his end away and now he's back to being his solitary little soul. But I'm hoping that I might be able to buy a couple of the kits off the farm and give him some friends, maybe bring some does back and have them, as I was saying, in that other hutch. Or potentially getting, I mean obviously he's a pet rabbit, but potentially getting a couple of meat does, so New Zealand does or something like that I can breed and have some baby rabbits to grow on and actually eat. The quails are down here. Hi guys! I love them so much. It's amazing how such a little thing can be so cute. I have not had any eggs yet from these guys. It's not been warm enough, and also it's not the warmth really. Remember, it's actually the day length, so we need extended hours of daylight. So I am expecting them to start laying soon, but I do need to buy in some new stock as well, because these girls are a couple of years old now. Some of them are even 3 years old, so even though they might still lay eggs, the fertility rates also drop. So I'm going to get in some new girls, and as I said before, I'm going to get that other hutch and I'm going to split them. So we'll have like girls that lay just normal eggs on the bottom, and then younger girls that are going to lay me lots of nice fertile eggs on the top. Right, well, let's wander across the aviary. You can see there's greenery starting to come up. So nice to see. And daffodils and all sorts, and the wallflowers, look, are starting to, oh, squashed it, to bud out. And, oh, I just meant to show you, they are wild violets, but look at them, aren't they pretty? They're a lovely little glint of purple on this sunny day, and they grow well. I've got a nice big clump there, so I'll probably split that actually and spread them out. Maybe take some up to the farm as well. Actually, that's a very good idea. But over here we have the aviary. So we've got our reeves, pheasants, and any day now I'm expecting them to start laying. Now I have filled that box with straw and sawdust, but they tend to hoof it all out, so it's actually bare at the moment. I'm going to try putting in something more like dried leaves, maybe a bit of bracken and things, because she doesn't seem to like the fresh straw shavings. There's Eve. Here's Adam. So we are expecting eggs. And then up the top we have our zebs. And there's a little Bengalese there. And then we've got a diamond dove up here. And then if you remember, the budgies are now out here. So we still have the 2 cockatiels in the house, the baby budgies, and a couple of others that didn't take to the cold so well. But the majority of the budgies are now outside. it's not ideal to mix finches with budgies, because obviously budgies have nibbling beaks and they can do damage. But I thought it was a better life for them being outside in the sun than kind of in that spare bedroom. And actually they've been perfectly happy so far, so that's all good. We will be breeding these this year, although we won't be breeding the budgies because the budgies will go mental, and it's not a good idea to the budgies might like co-live socially with these, but breeding them would be a bad idea because then they would get quite aggressive. So we're not going to breed the budgies this year. We're going to wait till we're on the farm and we can have a dedicated budgie aviary. On to the growers in the Bantam shed. So in here we've got a couple of silkies. So we've got a silky cockerel and that silky pullet that you can see. Keep it up because Barry died. Obviously, I'm holding on to that silky rooster. We've got Bruce. So we're going to be breeding Bruce with some white silkies. He's not pure silky. He's a silky Danver cross, but I want to get some of this gorgeous colour of his and I'll try and get it into a white silky, hence why we're keeping him. Got a little Sard Junior here, Barber Danver. This gorgeous girl is one of the chicks from Chick Check last year. I just couldn't get rid of her. Then we've got our lovely Miracle. We've got Brewster. And we did actually keep another rooster. I know, I'm mad. Where is he? He's just gone underneath here. Let's see if he comes out. There he is. So he's got Brewster's coloration, but he has a little brown beard, as you can see. So we've kept him too. And then finally, as you might have just seen, we have our Reeves. So this is the Reeves cockerel that was inside. I needed to get him outside. It's not ideal, him living with chickens. And we will be making him a separate pen. And then hopefully Adam and Eve will breed and we'll be able to take one of their offspring to give him. Blimey, it's loud in this shed. I hope you can hear me. But that's the grower's shed. Happy chickens. Then we have our silkies. So these are the girls of the marshmallow line. They actually look quite white, but that's slightly because they're dirty, and they tend to have the white on the crests, which, as you can see, they've had a drink and the crests have all kind of got a little bit wet. If we pan across here, we've got a couple. There's one, and actually kind of toasty mum is hiding over the corner there. She's the one with the most toasty. Now obviously we've lost Barry this year, so currently we have Eddie Jr, who he hardly ever comes out. When I have the door open, he just stands in the doorway. He doesn't really come into the garden much. He prefers to stay inside. Maybe he's protecting his little realm for his girls. Hello. Yep, so we have 6 of these. I do actually have another silky pullet, and I have a couple of silky roosters from that line as well, so I'm going to work out what we're doing with those later on. We have Bruce, who is a silky Danver cross, so I'm going to try and cross some of his colour into a couple of these girls' offspring. But for now, it's just look at the sun. It's so nice when they come out. They walk around the veg beds. Now obviously at some point I'm going to have to put some little fences around these veg beds so they can't actually jump onto them, but they don't eat a massive amount of greens. They tend to scratch in the soil. As you can see there, they've got their bums in the air. Hello. And as always, Eddie in there. So that's the silkies. And then finally outside, we'll go down to the layers flock. So actually, some of you have asked what's in there. Nothing. That has become kind of a chicken accessory area, because obviously after the fox got in, I wasn't confident about the safety and security of that area. So that's just where I'm storing stuff, like poultry crates and bags of sawdust and stuff. And so here we have the main flock. So that's one of my expats that was got 18 months or so ago. We've got our 3 khaki Campbells still. This is our surprise Jersey rooster at the back there. Now we do only have 1 guinea fowl left. Now I'm gonna be honest with you here. We had the 3 guinea fowl. We had 2 boys and a girl. That girl was so loud, I simply couldn't take it anymore. So I'm afraid I ate her. It was changing the fun and the enjoyment of coming down and being with the chickens into annoyance. I couldn't come down and sit with them. I couldn't hang out with them because she just did not shut up. It was constant. I don't know whether it's because I had this single hen and she wanted more hens, or just because she's a hen, but boy, oh boy, did she not shut up. Hello. And then unfortunately, one of the guinea fowl males flew into next door's garden. Now, if he had been left to his own devices, he would have flown back over. Unfortunately, the neighbours, not being poultry people, tried to catch him, so he just flew off. He was in the area, but by next morning, he never reappeared. So I'm thinking that while the hen was eaten by me, the boy was eaten by the fox. However, this little guy does not seem sad or lonely. He was raised alongside chickens, so for all intents and purposes he is a chicken. He makes no noise at all. He hardly calls, but he does make his alarm system. I will get more guinea fowl when we move to the farm, and we've got bigger place for them to kind of roam around, but for now he is just our single guinea fowl. There's a little monkey up here. Hello, you look a bit wet. And so that is the layers flock. And then at the moment we actually have 3 tortoises. So we have Mr. Grumbles, who is our little one, and then we have this guy, who is called Todrick. And then we have Fred as well. So they all live in the house at the moment. Fred and Todrick have free reign of the entire house. They just walk wherever they want to walk. Mr. Grumbles obviously is quite small and could get lost, so he's in his tank, and he has a heat lamp as well, whereas these guys, Todrick is 11 I think, and Fred is 45, so they don't need. Todd, you've got some fluff on your nose. You gonna let me take it off? Hi, can I take it off? I'll just leave my fingers here for a moment until it gets used to me. Let me take it off. Oh, sorry, I got it. There we go. So yeah, they just run around the house. So I kind of get home, and if they're not out, I go and hunt for them. But normally Fred's out. It's normally Todrick, who's hiding under a settee or something. But so 3 tortoises at the moment. So that is a little update on all of the livestock here. There's a few more things in the house. So I've just got the dart frogs in the house, and I've still got, as I said, a couple of cockatiels and things, but I'm trying to shift everything outside, especially as this weather is really, really nice. In terms of hatching, I am not doing a vast amount this year, because this is kind of the transition year. So I don't want to hatch tons and tons of chicks out here and then have to move them all up to the farm. I would prefer to kind of do that up there. In the middle of the summer as well, we're going to be sorting Sard's visa out, so the last thing I need is, when we're going through the stress of sorting visas out, getting citizenship and all of that, and then maybe wanting to take a little celebratory holiday, the last thing I need is tons and tons of chicks. And I'm getting my chick hatching fix at work anyway, because we're going to be hatching loads at work for events, the Easter event. So there will be still a chick check, but in terms of hatching out loads of different stuff, there won't be as much this year. But then of course, in coming years, there will be loads and loads and loads, because we'll have 40 acres to play with. So I hope you've enjoyed this little whiz around the garden, the urban homestead. You know, remember, it's a tiny little garden. I think it's only about 40 or 50 meters long. so it's not a lot of space. So I hope you've enjoyed catching up with all the livestock. If you've liked the video, as always, please hit that subscribe button and the like button, and share us with your friends if you would like. If you are on Facebook, remember you can come and join Brimwood Farm's community group, and you can also check out We Are Barleylands, and that's the page where you'll see all the lambing stuff that I've been doing, so you can catch up to date on all the lambs and catch up with our sheep as well. But I'm going to spend a few more minutes sat down here hanging out with the hens and the ducks and the guinea fowl and the roosters, and enjoying this blissful February weather. But for now, bye bye.